Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I'm very happy to have Wil Crown with me.
What's up? I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. We just did a kick-ass interview, so if you want to hear all about Wil and his really brilliant film, Oksana, listen to the podcast before this one. And in fact, if you want to watch Oksana, I believe someday you'll be able to see it. I don't know when Season 8 of the Discover Indie Film TV series is coming out, but Oksana's going to be part of it.
Yes.
And I actually do have to deal with the Amazon Corporation on that one. I'll tell you more. But anyhow, this podcast episode, Wil is going to answer the 4 questions, the Discover Indie Film 4 questions, which are name 3 favorite films, name an underrated film, name an overrated film, and name a lesser-known film that people should seek out. And again, you got to pay attention to Wil and his stuff. We'll talk about that at the end. But right now, we're just going to get some fun recommendations. Are you ready to share those favorites?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so favorites. This is actually funny because if people listen to our other interview, this is a studio film. But Interstellar, one of my favorites. I fucking love that movie. Christopher Nolan moved me. My heart. I literally in the theater. I saw it in theater, IMAX. And I stood up afterwards and was like, that's the kind of movie I want to make. It just made my heart beat, you know what I mean? Love it. So emotional, so impactful. And I love also the concept of like time and, interspace travel and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Uncut Gems. Great movie. And that also could be one that I would consider underrated, but great movie. Safety Brothers and frickin' Adam Sandler, man. As a dramatic actor, he's so good. He really is. Like he's talented. And if you ever watch him in interviews too, and from what I've heard about him as a person to work with, terrific person. I've never worked with him, so I can't say firsthand, but I would love to. And another one of my favorites, I'm gonna go with Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
Did you see that in your youthful days at the theater?
About 1,000,000 times I saw it in my youth. It wasn't at the theater. It was no, it was a little before. I think it came out in like probably 85 or 6 or something.
I saw it at a drive-in theater in 11th grade in 1985.
Okay. Yeah, so I wasn't going to the movies by then, but I by the time it was on VHS, probably wore the tape out. I've seen that movie so many times. The first one, of course, is the best. And
one of the best scripts ever.
Yeah.
Is there a tighter time travel script than that?
I don't think so.
It kind of puts the Terminator, which is also a great
movie.
Script.
Yeah.
Great movie, great script. But that's such a special film.
It's such a fun ride, It's just a blast. So those are probably top 3. Next, underrated.
Well, I'm going to tell you a Sandler story because I can't help it.
You know Sandler?
No.
Okay.
If I did, would I live here? No, but today I'm talking to a friend who lives in Brentwood who's a dog person, and she's at Brentwood Country Mart, and this beautiful dog comes up, and she's petting the dog, and she starts barely glancing up. The owner's just some scruffy guy with a beard, and she's like, oh, what kind of dog is it? And they have this nice little 15-minute conversation. And then some Hollywood douchebags come over and say, hey, Adam, we need you here. And he goes, well, nice talking to you, bye. And she goes, oh, I guess I was just chatting with Adam Sandler. And he was the nicest, coolest guy, and he just loved talking to someone about his dog and how great dogs are.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that cool?
That's really cool.
And he just totally no airs. Yeah, so super, super, yeah, what you said about him is totally true. And by the way, what you said about him as a dramatic actor,
yeah.
I mean, I think there's 3 or 4 of them now, and they're all great.
Yeah.
Spanglish, Punch Drunk Love,
yeah.
Uncut Gems. Maybe there's not a 4th.
He just did, what's it called? It was a Netflix original where he's a basketball scout.
Oh, I didn't catch that one.
It's good. It's good. I mean,
I just watched the one with his kids. I actually kind of wept at the end.
Yeah?
Yeah, you are so not invited to my bat mitzvah.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that yet. But it's a good movie. It's not, it's Uncut Gems. One of the reasons that I love it is not just because of his dramatic acting, but the pacing that the director set. Like, my heart was just racing the whole time because of the world that they created. But the other one was a good story too. And as I said, he's just a great actor, like an all-around actor.
He really is. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the second one is a film that is underrated.
I would say 10,000 Years of Longing. Have you ever seen that?
I don't know it.
It's got Idris Elba, and he's a genie. It's fucking amazing, man. It's also won to TVHi TV. TVHi TV. It's so good. It's, how do I describe it? It just is, it's magical, but at the same time it feels like, and I've watched it both ways, okay? Under the influence and not under the influence. And it's one of those that either way you feel like you're tripping a little bit. Because it's like it's a powerful story. It's well told, but it's mind bending the way that he goes throughout worlds and throughout time. A lot of the stuff is time related, huh? Back to the Future, Interstellar's got time theme, and then that's got a time theme. That's interesting.
Yeah,
get some.
Yeah, whereas Uncut is obviously a straight chronological narrative, intense, but yeah. Yeah, well, honestly, time travel stories are pretty goddamn compelling.
Yeah.
Because talk about imagination.
Yeah, most definitely. I love that stuff, man.
All right, I got to see this film.
Check it out. I'm sure you can find it anywhere. It's not super old. It came out probably 4 years ago, something like that, I'm thinking.
All right, well, I added it to my list on my movies to watch list on my phone that is getting way too freaking long. All right. Overrated.
Overrated. Some people will hate on me for this, but Beau is Afraid. I'm not saying that it's not filmmaking wise good, okay? But story wise, it didn't move me. Have you seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay.
But again, I as you can tell, like in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Well, this is just me trying to make excuses for myself, but I either watch horror movies with the teenager or festival submissions.
Yeah.
And then on occasion, I get invited by a friend to the TV Academy screenings that are over in North Hollywood that are amazing. So that's how I get to see Oppenheimer and stuff like that. But
yeah.
But yeah, so Beau is Afraid. Which one's that?
Beau is Afraid is with Joaquin Phoenix.
And I remember seeing.
It's a trip. Like it's also one where your heart is racing the whole time, but it's basically like you're in a bad dream, and I think that's what the director was portraying. You know how in a bad dream, things can always keep getting worse, because you're trying to get out of the dream, and you're trying to get out of whatever specific predicament you're in the moment, and then all of a sudden it morphs to a worse situation than it was, and it doesn't really make sense. That's essentially what the movie is, in my opinion. And I know that a lot of people...
And it got rave reviews, and you're like, it didn't really resonate.
It didn't resonate at all for me. It just, for sure, it was artistic, and I guess that's a lot of where some of the reviews came from. But to me, I don't want to watch a film for the sake of artistry. I don't want it just to be about being artistic. I want it to be something that's impactful, that really moves me as a viewer.
I feel that. I totally agree. Sometimes I'll enjoy that, but it's kind of masturbatory, right? Like, hey, let me show you how disjointed and confusing I can make the story. Yeah, for sure. It's that's exactly how I felt when I was sitting there. When you've watched a movie and you keep thinking, okay, this has got to go, it's got to change direction. This has got to go somewhere. There's got to be an uptick here in a minute that will take us to some kind of resolution, character. You're looking for your 3-act structure. You're looking for your plot points.
Not specifically, but there's got to be something.
I do. I watch films and I'm like, you've got 2 to 5 minutes to actually kick in a plot before you're going to lose me. You know what I mean? Like at some point we do need story.
Yeah. It's you can go about 2 hours into this one and you haven't found it, in my opinion. And again, hate if you want, but that's just my opinion. It just wasn't there. By the time I got to the end, I kind of felt like I lost a couple hours.
For sure. Understood.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last one is a fun one. It's that lesser known that people should seek out. Although, honestly, you've named a couple I didn't see.
Yeah. Well, this lesser known one, and I should have looked this up beforehand. I was just trying to find, because it was referred to me and I watched it. It is a movie about, and I'm going to find it here. It's a foreign film, okay? It is about family abuse, but it has such a huge drop of the actual character arc, like everything that happened. It just scares the shit out of you when you find out what it is. And I'm sorry that I don't have that right here. I guess if I have to,
and
put
because
one
it's
in,
because it's a foreign film, you can't name an actor or something.
No. There's no like name actors in it or anything like that. At least I would be familiar.
Well,
with.
heck, if it pops in your head later, just send it to me in an email and we'll tag it on in the show notes.
Yeah,
but,
I definitely will. I'll put it to you because it's a story about this all these family that come in for this family reunion. You have no idea where it's going in the whole beginning, and they're kind of
celebration.
Doing a good job. Yeah, celebration / celebrating. I think it's about like
but it's not the movie Celebration.
Patriarch.
It's not not the Dogma film Celebration.
No.
Okay, gotcha.
No. And then all of a sudden, you find out about some horrific stuff that's been going on, and it just gets more and more intense throughout. So I'll get you the name of it. Like I said, it's a lesser known foreign film that did well internationally in festivals, so you'd probably be interested, but isn't well known. So check it out.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I will check it out when I can.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Celebration, you should check out Celebration.
I have not. So
that's one of those, the Lars von Trier, he and two other, I think, Danish guys were the Dogma movement, where they just basically shot like handheld features and like totally frenetic.
Well, this is Dogma. So maybe it's not Celebration though. It's definitely not.
Because in Celebration, it's a family gets family gets together for the father's like.
Are you sure it's called Celebration? Because that sounds like the movie.
I'm telling you,
and it's definitely Dogma.
And when the blonde son gets up to give the toast,
yes, he says that he was raped.
Talks about how his father fucked him and his sister.
It's the same movie, man.
No, that's Celebration.
Are you sure? Maybe I just saw it with the foreign title. Maybe that's what it was, because it had two titles, but I didn't think Celebration was one of them. I would have remembered that. I was actually, interestingly, as you looked that up, I was referred to that movie by Ian Bailey, who's a pretty well-known actor. He's the lead right now on the show From, and he was Pinocchio on like Once Upon a Time, the ABC series, and some things like that. But
was it
Festin? Yeah,
Festin. That's Celebration. That's Celebration.
Oh my God! So yeah, you've seen that movie. People need to watch.
That movie blew my brain. Oh well, but actually, it's revealed in the first 10 minutes.
Still though, like the intensity of it,
and the reality of it, and
Heavy,
my God, I don't want to spoil it, but that thing towards the end when the father finally stops denying. Oh shit!
Yeah, watch.
It's a great film.
It is a great film.
It's a great film, and it's both with age and whatnot. But yeah, Thomas Vinterberg. I can't even name more than one Dogma guy.
Yeah.
If I really wanted to be an indie film podcaster, you got to know all the Dogma guys.
Hell yeah, that's like your niche, man.
Of course, it was so sexist. There was not a Dogma. Was there a Dogma female director?
Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, back then it was so, man. Yeah, 1998.
Yeah,
I actually got to see a screening of that through what's now called Film Independent, but back then I think it was Independent Feature Project.
I'm a member with Film Independent. They're great.
Yeah. Film Independent is superb.
Yeah, they do great work.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey,
check it out.
Excellent.
Now I know it's not just called Festin. I know that it's Celebration.
How cool that you saw it as Festin instead of the Celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a celebration, is it?
Oh my God. Woo. It's an intense ride.
Oh, such a good film. And you know what? I haven't seen it
in a long time.
About 20 years.
Yeah. I just saw it actually maybe like 3 months ago. So it was, and I don't often go back to the older ones, but when it's referred to me specifically, I'm like, I got to check that out. There's just so much content out there, and I always enjoy whenever I do. I'm always feel like I found a diamond, and there's like a new part of my soul that's been illuminated. So I think it's important to watch older film.
It is. I mean, it's just, I know, because the delivery systems have changed, because it's not the local cinephile video store where you're going and like they've filtered it
Of course.
for you,
Yeah.
and you go to the staff pick wall where you like Elizabeth's picks best and stuff.
Right.
Like now that you go on Netflix or you go on a streaming service and you flick around and you move your cursor around and you're like, there's 10,000 choices and there's no reliable reviews and the odds of you watching something awful are like 100 times greater than watching something great. And it's like, but also all those choices make us not rewatch stuff, right? Like we used to rewatch films. You saw Back to the Future how many times?
Yeah, I can't even count.
And you loved Uncut Gems. And are you going to have time to watch it a couple more times? No, you're going to watch other new stuff.
Right.
Or we're going to binge another season of Atlanta. Like it's a wonderful time for people who love storytelling and cinema. Mm-hmm. But I regret the slow paced days where you would just bring home. I mean, you would bring something home from the video store and you watch it Friday night and you didn't have to return it till Monday morning. You'd be like, well, let's watch it again Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll see things I didn't see again.
Yeah.
I miss watching things more than once.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm all about rewatchables. I also I enjoy when I'm really engrossed in a film, but I also like when there's something in the background. So like if it's something that I really love and I enjoy, especially comedy, I'm all for it. If I got work to do and stuff going on, I'm like, put it on and then I can like glance up and listen. And I'm probably not quite as productive as I should be with my work, but at least I'm enjoying my time. And I feel like I'm kind of I'm doing two parts of my work. I'm a filmmaker, so I should be watching film, and I'm at least checking that box. So,
all right, I should let you go, but I got a funny question based on what you just said, which is a tiny bit of ADD. You think or no?
Yeah, for sure.
I have a friend who's been diagnosed with ADHD, and he says that having something on helps him focus on his work better.
Yeah,
the two streams of information actually give him more focus.
Oh, wow.
Than if he's trying to pay attention to just one thing.
I never thought about it. But yeah, I'm definitely kind of hyperactive at times and have a lot of stuff going on. I always have different projects and like different irons in the fire. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I bet it's a value add as long as it's not. Yeah, as long as it's not. As long as it's not on the spectrum to the point of making someone dysfunctional. I'm sure there's, especially to be creative and just the dedication it takes.
Yeah.
All right, Wil. Well, we will, by the way, Wil's website and social media will be clickable links.
Yep.
And I will get us out of here with my closing spiel, which is thank you for listening to the Discover Indie Film Podcast. Please like and subscribe. Give it 5 stars. Give it a good review. Say, boy, I like hearing these movie references. I'm going to go watch Interstellar again because...
It's a classic. It's a great movie.
And by the way, I mean, a lot of people... shit on that one in the Nolan canon.
Yeah, it didn't do as well, And I really enjoyed like Oppenheimer for a big studio film was well done, and I love true stories, so I enjoyed it for that aspect. But again, it didn't move me like Interstellar moved me. So yeah, great movie.
Have you seen Tenet?
I did.
Is it worth my time? I still, because the reviews, I actually never.
I didn't
talk
finish
my
it.
wife into watching it with me.
I didn't finish it, and it takes a lot for me not to finish a movie. So, whatever that.
Yeah,
tells
I heard that too many times for me to bother forcing her to watch it with me.
Yeah, it just didn't feel like a Nolan movie.
But I still can't believe there's a Nolan movie I haven't bothered to watch.
I know, that's exactly. It's just baffles me. Yeah.
How could I do that? But anyway, I have admitted I have skipped Tenet. All right, so anyway. DiscoverIndieFilm.com is how you learn about this podcast or the TV series on Amazon Prime Video that was born out of it. And if you want to see Wil's film Oksana, wait for season 8. And whatever, go to Amazon Prime Video and type in Discover Indie Film and it auto-completes. I think at IND you see Discover India and then Discover Indie Film is... But once you get that E in Indie, it's Discover Indie Film. I've studied this on many platforms.
Oh, sure.
And Oksana played and kicked ass at the Sherman Oaks Film Festival. We hold that every November. You can learn more at ShermanOaksFF.com. And it's at Sherman Oaks FF on social media. Sister Festival, Film Invasion Los Angeles, we hold every June. And that's filminvasionla.com. And it's at Film Invasion LA on social media. And there is actually a chance that one of these days I'll have to name a film invasion in another city like London.
That would be awesome.
But waiting for it might be coming together. I probably shouldn't talk about it, but rubbing the hands together.
That's dope.
Also, somewhere in the Midwest, I won't name, but anyway, yeah, the idea was to spread the name a little bit, but I realized it's too much work for me, so I just have to find the right people, and if I can trust them, if I can trust them, I'm like, I bless you to carry on this tradition, because audiences all over deserve great indie stuff.
Definitely.
And the last thing to mention is TVHi. Just go to watchtvhi.com. Fantastic independent films, stand-up comedy, cool shit to watch no matter what state you're in. But if you do use cannabis responsibly, then TVHi is for you. Go to watchtvhi.com and enjoy.
Enjoy.
All right, Will, thanks.
Hey, thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.